I guess the question I'm trying to think of here is like, I'm an MSP. What does this do for my day-to-day?
Right. Yeah, you know, it's really having your staff be able to come in, quickly be able to do configuration changes, having something that's predictable and stable to make sure that I can have the more stability I have and the less tickets and things that I have coming in, the more customers I can have across a smaller staff. That's really the MSP formula, is how many people can I support and how many do I need? So having a good solid platform that manages my suite of services and having that scale widely across, that's really the formula for success.
All right, I have a couple of questions from the audience. You ready for this? We're gonna do it lightning round style. I'm just kidding. Okay, question number one is from Hal.
To me.
Can you have address objects associated globally above the tenant level in the CSC? Right now, I don't know how I can have an address object that I push down to all tenants, correct?
Actually, if you have our full CSC management, you can actually add an address object and you can apply it across multiple firewalls. So you need the Capture Security Center, the full management license. We have a new solution coming out where instead of you physically applying them actively, you can actually apply templates that include those address objects. So we have part of it now. Templatizing was really the future coming in Q3 here, but we do have that now. But you have to have the full management license.
Roger that.
Capture Security Center to do that.
Coming soon to a router near you.
So next question.
Absolutely.
Next question for you. Is SonicWall going to improve BGP significantly?
Yeah, I know that the process of that has gone through. It's somewhat command line as well. I know there's some new firewalls coming out over the next year. I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I think you've actually stumped the expert. I have not heard the new ones there, although I know that especially with some of the newer WAN and SD-WAN, that BGP is critical. So I'm sure whatever the business need is, we're going to need to address that.
Yeah, it's important. Anybody that's ever worked in the data center has experienced one of their customers go through a BGP flapping episode. It's not fun. So we'll get back. We'll make a note of who asked that question, and we'll do some deeper and get back to you on that one. I wrote down the BGP question.
Solid.
Great.
A few more questions here, and then we'll go back because I have other questions, but you know I'm less important. Will site-to-site VPNs be unbreakable via SD-WAN?
Unbreakable. SD-WAN, let's say you have 3 internet connections, cable, DSL, maybe a cellular modem. It actually creates a site-to-site VPN over all 3 of those, and then will distribute traffic across all 3 of those based on different criteria, packet loss, latency, jitter. And so the way SD-WAN works is if one gets dirty and all that, it'll pull it out of the bundle. So you're getting the benefit of 3 different connections in this case to make sure that you stay up and running. So I wouldn't say unbreakable, but highly resilient would be probably a good way of stating that.
Do you need to make those site-to-site VPNs manually for each connection?
No, as you go through the SD-WAN setup, technically you can bundle configurations across. And so there's a way to kind of go through and add your different WAN options to that.
Okay. And what class devices are typically deployed at the branch offices?
You know, usually you see smaller firewalls. In our assets, you'd see the TZ series, smaller NSAs. You know, branches would probably be maybe 200 nodes and down. Kind of thing. So you're going to see a couple switches, 3 or 4 access points, that kind of stuff in a large branch. Smaller branches are 10, 20 people. So you're really seeing a TZ firewall, 1 switch, and maybe just a couple wireless.
Driven mostly by connection, Scott?
Yeah, usually it's more by bandwidth and by the number of users. So, you know, you have to make sure that, you know, everybody has a stateful firewall. You know, even Nick here or one of those vendors will say, I have a 1 gig firewall, but really it's what is it with all the security services turned on? What's the secure throughput? And so leveraging what that secure throughput is to make sure that that branch is covered and everybody stays secure, that no traffic is being let through because of an overwhelming amount of traffic. So I guess that would be roughly the average branches.
Last question. Is there a list of SD-Branch ready hardware, appliances, devices anywhere?
Actually, technically all of our hardware you could be used on a branch, but all of the SonicWall products can be incorporated into that. So bringing the TZ in with our new line of switches, bringing those in, and adding our existing SonicWaves. All of our existing devices are now meant to kind of work together. You can actually manage all three of the functionality, wired, wireless, with your security, and manage it all in. So it's all built to integrate.
Yeah, and if I may, between one of the values that Securematics and SonicWall can bring you is SE support, both from SonicWall and from Securematics. Some of you that may know Anand, our SE at Securematics, we'd be happy to have a conversation with you, talk exactly about what configurations might be needed for your application. So please use us in that way. That's part of the value we bring. Just had to interject a little commercial there.
Absolutely. Yeah, Securematics, Tom's great to work through bombs with the partners. We going back and forth, and sometimes it takes a little investigation to get down to what they really need, and we're here to help.